Hey y'all, how you doing? How you doing? Um, Welcome to Transformational Tantra with Divine Celiane. Welcome, welcome. Um, this is a channel message, but it is also a speak, a talk. So if you are new here, um, I am a divinely gifted empath, healer, reader, seer, um, and I get channel messages sometimes to deliver to people, to the folks, to the collective, I want to call it. If you're returning, welcome back. The format in which I do it, I speak. Sometimes I will give homework. Sometimes I will give you the advice what you need to do to move forward. Moving more into that direction to give you some real-time advice on how to help you out. So let's get into a message. All right. So I was sitting in my spirit in the message today. Some of us are misstepping and not taking the time needed to move slowly. We are rushing toward a finish line that's not even set up for us yet. I don't know how many of you are familiar with track and field. I was a thrower and I was a coach. One of my favorite things to do. And I will be going back to my coaching. But anyway, so, you're supposed to have the finish line set up. However, sometimes like when you have hurdles, when you have multiple laps and stuff, you can't set up a finish line. You can't put up the little banner thing. You can't do that, right? You gotta wait, right? Some of you are moving too fast and the finish line ain't set up yet. Now, the finish line is known by the divine, yes it is, but it's not known by you. It is not known by other people. We can only see what we see, right? So you're going to have to take a step back and breathe. You're going to have you're going to have to be like, in the time it needs to move. I understand, divine timing moves with you and in its own time because there are other people involved. I know. It's one of those things you just like, can I just do without, anyone else being involved? Can I just do? Can I just move? Can I just, really? Like, I have to wait for these people, for real. Yes, loves. You gotta wait. I'm so sorry. Thank you. You don't move in this life by yourself. You don't. So sometimes our stuff is held up by someone else. What can you do? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it is. I'm so sorry. So, move in the allotted time that you're meant to move. Now, what does that mean, Divine? What are you talking about? Sometimes you'll know when you're meant to move. You will know when you're meant to take those steps forward. The path will be clear. When the path ain't clear, and there's a reason why I'm doing that, because when the path ain't clear, we know a whole bunch of things will start moving in the way. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I was supposed to be doing this. I was supposed to be going here. I was supposed to be getting this contract. I was supposed to be... Listen. Okay. You will move when you're supposed to move. Does that make you feel any better? Hell no. It don't. You will move when you're supposed to move. Not before. Maybe after. But you will move when you're supposed to move. That's all I can tell you. It's like, don't be the messenger, okay? What are you doing to make it move faster? Are you learning the lessons? Are you doing the work? You want your business to move, okay? So are you planning? Are you getting in touch with the right people? Are you setting up your steps? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? What if I don't know what I'm supposed to do? Now, if you don't know what you're supposed to do, you need to start feeling in here what to do. You need to ask Spirit for answers and sit quiet. This gets me. When people need an answer, especially when it comes to divine timing, and y'all talking, but not shutting up to hear. You can't hear talking. You hear you, but you can't hear talking. So, do you actually shut up to hear the answer that's trying to be given to you? You gotta shut up. What are you doing to get in your way? That question. Are you around the right people? Sometimes, and I said it before in another video, sometimes you ain't gonna move if the wrong people are around you. Spirit ain't gonna let the wrong people collect on you. Some of us are kept still and hidden to be kept safe and not seen by our enemies. That sucks too. Whole bunch of different reasons. Whole bunch of different reasons. So, move in the time you're supposed to move, loves. Some of you are trying to jump steps. Some of you are trying to just give me that so I can go about my business and get to where I want to get to. Especially when it comes to a person. Especially when it comes to a relationship. Especially when it comes to a job and you don't want to deal with certain people. Right? Or you'll stand up. I know y'all know this one. You'll stand up. You will hear negative shit. And hear. Someone says something, you reacted a particular way that you know you shouldn't have reacted. And you will justify that badass reaction so your ego's not hurt. No, loves. No. Move in the time in which you're supposed to move. Your spirit knows. You move before that and things ain't set up for you, baby. You're going to be kept waiting anyway. So what does spirit do? It don't do that. It don't let you move till it's ready. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Make sure you're in alignment. Now, let's talk about that. I'm not saying be in alignment with something outside of you. Now, sometimes when Spirit sends something, though, it is something outside of us that we have to be in alignment with, that we don't want to be in alignment with. Be in alignment with what feels right to your spirit. Be in alignment with what's coming in that's meshing together like this. If it ain't, and it's doing this, it ain't in alignment, babes. So you ain't in alignment with that. It's got to feel right to you. And when you're given a job to do by Spirit, it will have a talk with you and show you. And sometimes you just got to get right up in here. Sometimes you ain't got a choice. That's just kind of how it is, you know. Other times, it is more of a, what do you think? Can we do this? Instead of, no, you're going to do this, I need you to do this. See, sometimes there's a choice, sometimes there's not. You got to know how to respond in kind. So, be mindful and pay attention, but move in the right time. Stop pushing things that ain't ready. And please, for the love of Pete, tell yourself the truth if you ain't ready. Especially if you ain't ready to be around people, ain't ready for folks, ain't ready to take on folks and stuff. Tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the truth. I have been talking about a relationship I'm getting over. And there are days I feel great. Boop, don't need it, right? There are days though I will feel sad. And I hate having to sit in that space and heal that. And I'm like, we were fine yesterday, right? Remember I said giving yourself grace? Giving yourself grace. That includes being patient. I know me. It takes me a minute to get over things. It does. But when I'm over, I'm over. That's it. I don't look back, right? So I'm having to take the time. Now, what's going on? I'm angry at myself. Why are we going back there? Why are we paying attention to this person? We don't need to pay attention to this person. This person ain't shit anyway to us. We don't need to do all of that. We love us. We're here for us. Bump that person stuff. There's so much going on right now. So much stuff going on. The universe, I'm noticing, is allowing some of the karmics to come back that were divine and made divine, but as long as they're making progress, the universe is trying to keep them with the person that they put them with. I'm like, no. Just sometimes it feels like your decisions are not yours, it's spirits or someone else's, like you have no control over things. You do. Other times it feels like things are taking forever. You're hearing about certain signs are supposed to be receiving their blessings and their gifts, and some of us still have not received, and we're like, what the hell? What's in our fucking way so this shit can happen? You gotta be patient. You gotta move slower than the flow. Why? Because you'll get a bottleneck if you don't move slower than the flow or move with the flow. Just freaking flow. Is it hard? Yeah, it is. But when you flow, you will see things you weren't seeing before. You will see reasons you weren't picking up on. You will see lessons. Oh, I missed that lesson. That's why. And for some of us, we are getting repeat lessons. And I'm like, no, been there, done that, not repeating this again. We're not going there again. We're not doing this. No. Yeah, that's me in a spiritual relationship. No, because if you already been in the lesson, you don't need it again. We've been getting it for. Then you got to look and see, well, am I really getting it? Am I really getting the points, or are there certain points I need to be getting? And if you recognize the lesson while it's happening, you have the right to change it because you learned that lesson already. That's why we keep getting thrown some of the same shit. It's just asking us, what are you going to do? I gave you this situation before. This is how you acted before. Okay, I'm getting this situation again with somebody else. How are you going to act? Oh, you learned it? Boom. Not to repeat it again. It's in your arsenal. It's in your spirit. We're moving on to the next one. All of that works in the time. So, don't misstep. Flow. Stop misstepping. Finish line ain't set up for you yet. For those of you that ain't come in, it ain't set up for you yet. Might be many people involved. You don't know. Baby, you don't know. You might have the job to reach thousands. That takes time and work. You might have to reach one. That still takes time and work. There's people involved in that person's life. There's people involved in your life. And it has to be, synchronicitous and be together. It takes time to do that. You may want to be famous, but the world's got to know your damn name. When you're doing it for the world to know your name. You got to have money for the world to know your name. You understand what I'm saying? So, take time. Take the time on your journey. And right now, those of you that are waiting for that, just flow. That's all you can do, because if you don't, you're going to be pissed off sitting there waiting for your shit. You're going to be mad as hell. Then you'll be like, then what? Then you go, then this. And then you're in that vicious cycle. No. Leave that cycle alone. No. We ain't doing that. Okay, y'all. We ain't doing that. All right, y'all. So, that is the channel message. That is the talk for today. Don't misstep for being impatient. Don't misstep for being impatient. Walk your course. It is coming. Now this part I can tell you. It is coming. It is. There's just a lot involved. So you have to be patient. I mean, that's the main message I keep getting from Spirit. Don't misstep and miss out. All right, y'all. Love you.